really a pleasure to be home, especially hang out with my mom. So Lorinda, thank you for that. Also, it's a rare opportunity that I truly do get to come back to Cairo and spend an opportunity with the people that helped me along the way, with the people that have seen a lot of changes in my life, with the people that I'm trying to help move along the way. So it's a rare opportunity that I'm embracing. And just to share, I guess, briefly a bit of my life story, which you feel like you've known, but you probably don't because you've read most of it in the media. So I'm here in Live and Read, and maybe we'll have time for some questions, which really make this situation awesome, to hit you where you want to be hit when I do speak. But just to be here, part of this empowering situation, and all women doing powerful things today. Just think about being at Holder Park, I don't even know what it's called now, down by Teresa Street, which I don't even know what that's called now. Just imagining me being this little tomboy running around these streets, limited to that area of town anyway, with my mother's discipline. And, going down to Holder Park, playing ball with the boys and being the only girl doing that at the time that I did it was almost taboo. And I just couldn't stop doing it. It was definitely something that I've learned now that I was born with. It's a spirit deeply in me that gave me so much joy and still does now to just be in the gym. I was just born with a gift, and I always tell kids, it's a blessing when you can find it early and tap into it, because the joy sits right there, and it doesn't matter if you get paid for it because you're living your dream. And I've been very fortunate to have that opportunity to truly live a dream. But just going back to the taboo, I've learned so much from a lot of great women that have gone before me and come before me. And being a basketball player around the world, being known around the world as a basketball player, I've learned that I'm only going to go as far as I reach back and know my history. So the fact that I know that women played in skirts and was told that, they would never have kids, or, it was just not a woman thing to do. I've always had the opportunity at a Hall of Fame event or just a speaking event that I would meet legends or women that came before me. I always had the opportunity to go up and say thank you for treading the way, for creating that path that I could walk on, because truly I don't really know how, I haven't experienced someone saying you can't play. Except for some guy in the street saying I shouldn't play with boys, but I truly haven't experienced what women that came before me experienced. And because they went through that, I truly realized the value of the path that I took, and I was able to walk on the shoulders of these women that went before me. So now I say thank you again, because no matter what we do as women, no matter what field you're in, you have to know the ones that came before you in order to rise above and to flourish in your life. And to just pay homage. As well as when I took my Hall of Fame oath, it was so important to me to tell every woman in the audience, or every woman that had ever thought about lacing up tennis shoes, how grateful I was. It doesn't matter that I shot on a pine tree in the front yard. It doesn't matter if I shot in a trash can. It mattered that I followed my passion. And when time came for me to be on the world stage, all I had to do was walk out there and perform. And I was able to do that. So this luncheon and this empowerment moment, and this moment we have this year, for me, it's about all the women that starting with my mother, who as a woman, as a mother, as a caretaker, raising kids and working and coming home fussing about what we haven't done. She really gave me some good skills, and I have 4 brothers that I had to take care of, Lord knows why, but yeah. But no, my mother is my rock. She has, no matter what I'm going through, I can share it, call her, and for some reason her world doesn't matter to her when she talks to me, and I become that little girl all over again in my 50s. But I'm surely blessed by Mildred and my mother because, you know, if I always feel like I had to do it because of her. How hard she worked when she came home. I got to do it for the meal. I got to do it for Mom. The house we lived in on 7th Street was too small as we got bigger. I got to help her. I got to do something. I got to do something with my life. And then I got to show her that I appreciate everything she's done for me, and I'm going to do my best on every occasion to represent her. So it started with her. And then I was very blessed to look back, and Coach Kozlowski is not here any longer. But my God, this woman came here for only 5 years. So I know in my heart that God sent her here for those 4 years to get me through a process. So I have to pay homage to Cindy Kozlowski and her life that she gave here in Cairo for me. I go on and I have this marvelous career that people think is marvelous. It's a lot of work, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of work. And living abroad in foreign countries, at my young age, I think I left college at 21, and I went straight to Italy. I didn't give my mom a choice. I called her, I said, I'm going to Italy, and she says, what? I didn't give her a choice. I'm like, okay, that was rude, but I was following my heart again, the same way I followed my heart when I lied to her, that I was trying out for the junior high school team at Washington. I lied to her 3 days straight, and she ended up buying a pair of tennis shoes, the only pair of tennis shoes she ever bought, right? And that was a good deal. But yeah, I called her up and I said, well, I'm going to Italy, play ball. And I had a contract for $15,000. I was like, I'm gonna be rich. They gonna pay me to play? I'm not asking her anything, I'm going. I got off that plane so lost and scared to death. I was like, girl, you came from Cairo, Georgia. You don't know where you are. And, you know, but I made it through the process. I grew. I met a lot of wonderful people, and that created a lot of diversity in my life. You know, they say, you know, you outgrow home, you don't want to go back. I wanted my fried chicken and cabbage, so I always come back. Even if you don't see me, I'm slipping in here. That's right. But no, that created diversity, and that taught me that all good things doesn't look like it's well packaged all the time. That's right. And you may miss an opportunity if you don't allow that package to be unwrapped. And you know, even in the work environment, when people walk in, we don't always present ourselves in the way you want to receive us, but there's gifts behind that person that came through that door. And so diversity, when I've sat at tables with foreigners and they fed me 5-course meals and given me good wine. Yeah, I drank some good wine. You know, just introduced me to their culture. I was so open. I learned that I could not take America across the water. I had to embrace where I was and accept them for who they were. So it really taught me a lot about diversity. And I encourage you to continue to, as women, that's what we do. We're caretakers. We bring life into the world, so we're caretakers. We don't aim to take life out of the world. So continue to embrace diversity. Also, when I was thinking about what I truly would say today, I think what's a defining moment to a complete life really is the legacy you leave. And I do think that's the responsibility we truly carry. What is the legacy that I will leave? What is the legacy that you will leave? Not just to your children, but to the path that you graze every time you walk out your door. To the heart that you carry every time you have to make a choice. To the decisions that are based on good human aspects. Not just, because I take my mother's values with me everywhere I go. Every time I think about doing something, you know, I think of Mildred. That's right. And what would Mildred say? Mildred would get a belt out on me, so. And that has truly helped me throughout my life. But I'm very fortunate that it's not just about dribbling a basketball for me, at least not now. It really is about how many of those strangers that I've encountered throughout my path that I've had an opportunity to sit with. The smallest kid that I've had an opportunity to play one-on-one with, and even if it's 10, I wanted to win. You know, it's been the legacy of winning. It just came. I never dreamt about the Olympics. God knows I never knew what the Olympics was when I was running on these streets of dirt roads and down to the pool and back and the parks. I never knew how to spell Olympic. I just wanted to be the very best that I could be at what I was doing. And winning became so addicted to me. I mean, especially beating the boys, you know. Because I didn't know any better. I grew up with all boys, so you know, I just knew I was supposed to win. It wasn't a gender thing to me, you know. So don't get it twisted. I am not mad at the guys. I love my brothers to death, but they will tell you they never beat me. I didn't know I was supposed to win, so not win, but you know. Anyway, yeah. The legacy, I think, getting back to legacy, the legacy for me will be, again, I'm in my 50s, can you believe that? For me now, is the lives that I'm encountering. And I feel it every day. I work with boys more than I work with girls. I'm gonna tell you, girls, y'all drive me crazy. It's a different time. You know, when I made the team, my mother said, I don't want to hear it. You chose to play. I said, I love that. I can't say that today. So I was just in the gym the other day with they're cute as ever. They're fun. They like to giggle. They like to talk about all these great things. I grew up with 4 brothers. I didn't get all that, so I missed something. So when that happens, I'm like, you will see me in the court just like, and it scares them to death. And they'll miss 3 layups in a row. I don't like to miss 1 layup. They'll miss 3. And I'm like, and they'll start giggling. What is the giggling about today? I never saw this. So I'm like, why are you giggling? And I'm sure I look really intimidating because I'm very serious. And I just realized one thing, I'm not giving the girls enough attention. Because the boys, you can say whatever you want to say. I can get all my stress out on them. They can get all theirs out. They come back the next day. They don't remember nothing. I love it. So women, we have work to do. We got to quit holding grudges.
Talk about it.
We got to quit holding grudges, okay? We got to stick together. We can disagree.
That's right.
And agree to disagree. But when it comes down to it, you all have the same goals.
That's right.
We all want the same best things for ourselves and our families. We want to see the world flourish, and we are the backbone that make things happen. Trust me, I got 4 brothers. I have to move the mountain to make those boys move. It doesn't matter where I am in the world. I could be overseas. My mother will call me, and I got 4 brothers right here. That's crazy. I can make 2 phone calls and it'll happen. They won't even get off the couch. That's a testimony to how valuable we are as women. How resourceful we are, how powerful we are. We cannot allow the next generation not to understand or how to tap into that.
That's right.
It is the legacy in which we are here to leave. The things that we can do. It's not that, what's the saying? Just dream about it to happen. No, I can dream and think all I want, but I better get up and do. You have to move. And I've seen the mountain moves in my life time and time again. Take 2 steps and I'm 10 steps ahead of myself already. So I come to just encourage you. I could talk all day. I encourage the legacy. I encourage the fellowship. I encourage honesty to get through the hard times. It's okay. I can deal with honesty. I can't deal with what I don't know. And it's okay to live your best you, one day at a time. Understanding one thing. Oh, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to give you no fluff. My life is hard. Basketball was hard. But the reward, I would change a single thing. Because I've grown, I've matured, and I've understood now that there's greater things in life than scoring a basketball into that rim. I don't know if there's a greater joy yet, but there's greater things. Because if I could play, I would still be playing. So thank you very much for your time. Thanks for listening to me. And I really am open to questions if you have any questions, because I don't know if there's any I haven't heard yet. Which one? That man is dead this day. The man that gave me that one died. I remember that, you know, when I was being recruited for college coaches would come to town and ask for Teresa. No one knew my real name. How crazy is that? And they're like, how come you don't know the best player in town? I'm like, One Ball was my nickname. That's what everyone calls me. No one knew my real name, which is crazy. But I was so skinny. Not that anymore, but I was so skinny. And I was quick and, you know, like tomboyish like crazy. So, yeah, the man in the neighborhood, he's dead now. He used to hate all the kids running through his yard. And we were playing one day, and I broke his water pipe. Water sprouting everywhere. And he yelled at me and called me that name. And everyone in the neighborhood picked on me forever. He said, get out of my yard. And that's where it came from. So when I went to the University of Georgia, I told Coach Landers, the deal is, you must call me T. And it's been T ever since T said that.
Let's give her a big hand. We're giving her a little bit of Cairo to take back home to New York with her. Thank you.